Recording. I don't. Hi, my name is Suzanne from TV Meg. How are you both doing?
Hi,
Hi.
Suzanne. It's so nice to chat with you. We're doing great today.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I know these press days can go long sometimes.
They're fun.
Be
It's only
hard
because
for
we
you guys.
talk too much.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see both you, Jen. I'm a fan of yours from your time on Days of Our Lives, and I
Aw.
even have your Christmas CD, and I think it's autographed.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Wow, that's incredible. Thanks, Suzanne.
Oh, well, you're welcome. You're a really good singer. Did your soap opera training have an impact on your acting in Hallmark movies and other jobs?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, soap operas, everything's one take. And, I didn't know that there were no teleprompters, but there's no teleprompters and they're word perfect. And you shoot between 150 pages to 220 pages a day. So you're shooting a Hallmark movie by lunch. And you have to know exactly how to find the camera and how to find the lighting and how to feel the lighting on you, especially for me, because I'm 5'2". So I need to figure out like how not to get shadowed. And it really does help you. Be at ease and have more energy and more fun when you know 2 weeks or maybe three if you get the luxury of 3 weeks of filming these movies is very fast paced, but if you're used to soap opera training it does allow you to have more fun and to be really energetic during the what feels very speedy.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of casting people and producers love to have soap opera actors or former soap opera actors because they're always prepared and they know all the lines and they just work really hard. So
Yeah, fear of being fired is a real thing.
that's right. So I enjoyed the movie. I watched it last night. What would you say was the most fun that you each had in filming it? Dan, let's start with you.
The most fun. I mean, reuniting with Jen after 7 years since we had done Paris Wine and Romance. That was fun. It was just fun to get to be together again and to really dive into the comedy that's present in this script. And actually with the rest of the cast too, because we both got to have really funny moments with some of the other actors who were all great actors and comedically inclined themselves. But yeah, the most fun was just working with her.
Aw.
I was going to honestly say the same thing. I thought that it was Dan and the cast and also the crew. I mean, we had a great crew and I've worked with them a bunch. So it was just really like coming home on so many levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, did you do any kind of preparation for taking on the role of a prince?
I just started really thinking very highly of myself, and looking down on everyone around me. No. I mean, it's you can't really it's not something that you can just sort of spend time doing. You can't just spend time leading up to the movie being a prince. But I do find that getting back into the accent helps. Just putting on the posh accent helps me feel like a different person. And yeah, I can't even remember now. It's possible that I watched some royal British things before, but I just like watching those anyway.
Oh.
Um,
And you have good posture, so that helps if you're
It
playing a
does.
prince.
yes, not
And
now. I'm
and
just
what
relaxing now, but
yeah, that's right. What about you, Jen? Did you prepare in any way to play a gemologist? Did you do any research or anything? Or
I did do some research. I met with a, a local jeweler and gemologist, which was super fun for me. And then, I actually prepared like almost, let's see, 18 years prior because I was in college and I have an accidental degree in environmental science. So everybody made fun of me for being a drama student that took a lot of environmental science classes because I'm just a nerd and I love the earth and I love learning how the earth was created and all these things. So part of that was gemology. It was actually my worst subject, but my favorite subject in environmental science is geology, very much has to do with formation of rocks. And I won't bore you on it, but I felt like it was an 18-year payoff, that it was like told me I was never going to use both my degrees. And
right?
here I am. So yes, I've been preparing for
Yeah,
decades.
I completely understand. I started out as a music major and then became I had
Which
to
is
get a liberal arts degree, which they don't even call it that anymore.
maybe not.
And then
Well,
they call it interdisciplinary studies at Stony Brook where I went, and then I became a journalist and got a second degree. So it's a lot of work for nothing. No,
No, I mean
yeah,
it's all part of your path, you know? It's all
that's
part
right.
of what makes
It,
you now.
exactly,
Just
exactly.
like
And
being a amateur geologist is part of what makes Jen who she is. I remember on set you were like reading like seismology reports because there was like an
oh,
earthquake on the other side of the planet and like you were talking about
well, yeah, and we
aftershocks and
also
stuff.
almost had a tornado one
oh
day, and
wow.
everybody was freaking out. And I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
"Do not worry, I was fantastic at meteorology." So I put everybody at ease because I looked at the clouds, and I was literally like looking at weather
Nope.
patterns. I was like, "We're not in the path." Yeah, it's like, "Don't worry."
That's funny. Well,
Yeah,
if you decide you don't want to act anymore, maybe you could be a local weather person.
maybe so. Let's hope
So
not.
that's right. So I like you were talking about the characters. I enjoyed all of the characters, but I have to say that my favorite was George, the guy that played
Yes,
George. They cast him perfectly. What was his name? Do you remember the actor's name? Because I couldn't find it
Wait,
anywhere.
George slash Fred. You mean?
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
Of
Fred.
course. Yeah,
Fred, who
Oh,
was really George.
yeah. Fred,
his
who was really George.
gosh, his name. Oh my gosh, I feel bad that I can't
Okay,
remember
wait,
his name.
wait, wait. I'm sure I can. Oh,
We're
he
gonna
was so
Fine.
great.
It's fine if you don't know it. Yeah, but he was really good. I'll get it from the PR.
Okay.
I just thought you might know
Mhm.
off the top of your head, but no, it was a great cast. I could easily see a sequel to this movie, or maybe a whole series of movies. What do you guys think?
Ooh,
Oh,
I am always down, but what would you have happen in the sequel? I guess, we haven't had a ball scene. There was no ball
yeah.
in this one.
Right,
Hmm.
there was
I,
no. We
I
didn't
would
get to
like
see the
to go to a ball
coronation.
pit.
You
Yeah.
could start with the
Yeah.
coronation and then go forward a few years and see.
Yeah.
Marriages have all kinds of ups
Yeah.
and downs,
And I can
and being
imagine just
prince.
yeah, continuing to see kind of like how Ruby helps Luca kind of shape the path of Gullion, and then like maybe down the road they discover like there's a new deposit of a certain kind of like gem that they've discovered in Gullion, I don't know. What's she's got to do some.
We're rich. Gullion has the mine of this undiscovered gem because
Yes.
Gullion is known for its gems. Yes,
Yeah.
she's going to discover her own gem.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got lots of
Call it a
ideas here.
ruby, but that
Just
means so
you guys know about scripts, so you guys should write it. Um, like there's those guys. I think it's Hallmark that they had like it was kind of like the Three Men and a Baby.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that,
they
yeah.
did like 3, 4 movies, and one of them wrote it, created it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Fair
might
enough.
nice.
get into
Okay. We'll
that.
get right on it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get right.
I'm gonna wait for it.
I love
So,
it.
Jen, I know you and your husband became foster parents to 2 children, and you had 2 more. First of all, I want to thank you for that because I was a foster child. So I'm always
Oh,
glad to hear when people adopt their foster kids or take foster kids in because it changed my life, and I'm sure
that
you changed their life.
I'm
Oh, don't
crying.
don't.
So sweet. No, I
I
cry
know I'm
easily.
getting.
That's amazing. Okay,
Um,
continue.
well, thank you. And so has Hallmark been helpful in accommodating your schedule between shooting films and family time?
I think Hallmark's very pro family, so I mean
Yeah.
they're always wonderful to work with. But honestly, I these movies are pretty much the same kind of schedule that you have, and I just have a wonderful husband who's very very supportive, and we just have a system with our kids because we have like a
Oh, that's
thousand of
great.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
think a successful parent has to be able to schedule things really well nowadays, especially with all the activities kids have, and 2 working parents. They didn't really have when I was a kid. So,
sure.
so, anything else you'd like to tell us, either of you, about making the film?
I mean, I think for people who love Hallmark movies, this is going to be really special for them because it's a very layered kind of movie. There's the heart that you expect from it. There's the romance that's kind of is coming, but there's also a lot of comedy. It's very funny. Jen is very funny in it, and we've got a great supporting cast. And there's also other storylines within the movie that I think are really appealing. There's a couple of really nice relationships between mothers and their kids, a few different
Yeah.
mothers, and I think that that's really nice coming up to, well, leading up to Mother's Day in a couple months, but I think that people are going to find there's a lot to enjoy about this movie. So, yeah.
Right. What about you, Jen? Any final thoughts?
I completely agree with what Dan just said, and I'm curious as to hearing the audience's feedback about what their favorite part was or what their takeaway was, because I think there's going to be a variety of answers. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Great. I hope it's a huge success. I know I love any of these royalty movies that they do on the cable channels when they're
I know.
romantic and so I guess it goes back to Cinderella kind of thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're awesome. Thanks, Suzanne. Thanks so
Oh,
much for
thank
your
you.
time today.
All right. You too. Thank you so much, both of you.
Take care. Thanks.
Bye.